Hi, I'm here with Laura Tressler, Head of Client Management at BT Media and Broadcast. Hi Laura.
Hi Joe.
So we've typically seen broadcasters use dedicated networks to deliver content. How is this changing?
So yeah, I think the main difference now is that there's a raft of different access technologies, from shared access technologies through to private networks, through to SRT-based internet networks, and obviously we've got the kind of surgence of 5G that everyone has been talking about. In particular, we've seen that kind of growth coming from those internet technologies, and we hear people talk about SRT and ZXC standards a lot of the time. We're also seeing a real growth in AWS connectivity, and that has really kind of taken the industry by storm. So connectivity to AWS becomes super important. So what we really need to do is be able to offer that raft of access technologies. And no longer do people need the SLAs that always were associated with a private network. So we can offer the kind of choice, and we can look at the requirement, the content, etc., and then look at the SLA that fits it. This opens up various different tiers of sports. It opens up for pop-up channels, allows you to go far more international and get to places where your network previously didn't have points of presence or gateways. And then if we think about 5G and what that offers as a potential, when we get to a point where we have network slicing and the private 5G network launched, it means that we'll be able to deliver cellular network that has got really high bandwidths very, very quickly. So it's the ability really, private networks are not dead, they're not gone, but it's having a lot more choice depending on the type of content that you're trying to broadcast now.
Okay. And what's the difference between private and internet services?
Well, the main question and the first thing we ask our customers when they're looking across the different raft of technologies is, what's the SLA that you want here? So what is the content that you're actually trying to deliver? If it's really high premium and you need to be really safe and secure and make sure that there's going to be absolutely no latency, you really do still need to look to the private networks. But if it's something that is being delivered as tertiary content or tier 2, then you can think about more cost effective and therefore lower SLAs that offer that. So we tend to look at the audience, we tend to look at the tiering, and then we tend to look at where the content is being transferred to. It also means that we can start to look at, you can use a private network where you need to for the primary content, but as a disaster recovery or resilience solution, you can then start to look at an internet type network as well. Ultimately, what it's doing is lowering the cost base, but you have to be comfortable and balance the risk. We held a customer advisory board every quarter, and our last one was just last week actually, and we had this conversation with them where we said to them, hey, what do you actually want? And the market is now ready to have an SLA that they can compromise on, and they are now comfortable to do that as long as they have still got some managed service wrap around it and they still know that they can offer alternatives based on the type of content. So the USP really where media and broadcast fits in is that you can choose from that raft. We're not in one space, we don't just offer internet or just offer kind of private. We can help you flex, and you can have primary with your private, secondary with your internet, and we can help you choose based on the SLA that we offer.
Okay. And what does cloud mean for your organisation?
It's such a big word, cloud, that gets talked about all the time, and somewhat kind of means something different for absolutely everybody. So for BT, at the minute, we're obviously transforming, going through digital processes where we're uplifting our systems, our tools into the cloud and using much more service space up there. But I think for what we do for our M&B customers, cloud really means us enabling them to get to the cloud. So as more and more workflows kind of get moved into AWS as an instance, we need to be able to offer that safe and secure connectivity to get to the cloud in the first place. So again, at the customer advisory board, our customers told us that cloud is maturing, but they're not yet ready to put everything into the cloud. So there's a kind of hybrid now that needs to be catered for. So what we're really trying to develop is the ability to be able to connect to, and let's talk about Amazon and AWS because it is the dominant one, get to the Amazon network, get to the Amazon gateways as more and more content moves there, and using that network to be able to move stuff around the globe as well. At the moment, there's a lot of talk around cloud being for non-live, and I think that's where much more and many more are comfortable. The work and the innovation we've now got to concentrate on is we need to ready ourselves for when live is going there. And there's a lot of talk around more cloud production happening. So if we can get the network safe, secure, and the latency levels low, and everyone comfortable that the SLA is still high when it comes to live, it will be a really interesting space to watch as we go forward.
Brilliant, thank you.